Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome to the David Starlyte Show. I'm David Starlyte, and every week we come online, share readings, share insights, and look forward to 2026. What will I discuss today? Envisioning a new way of being in 2026 and beyond. The fact that you are listening to this now, the fact that you're resonating with the frequency, being with me today, means that you're aligned with this way of seeing the world and living in the new earth. I am a new earth teacher. I am a non-duality teacher. I focus often on non-division, although sometimes I do get caught up by the dramas and divisions of the world. I am only human, of course. Welcome to the show, everyone. Little bit of information and just a hygiene. All readings are for entertainment purposes only, randomly selected. Feel free to share in the comments section. During this broadcast, you can support my page by sending stars, a digital gift that helps me to earn money. So I'm just checking we're online. Everything is working. 2026. Are we going to work towards our dreams? Is this the year to bring in our dreams? And morning to Marianne. We are discussing 2026 and wishing you a beautiful premature Christmas and happy holidays. Marianne, how are you? 2026, get out your vision board, because this is a time to manifest your best life. We've been working towards this collectively, energetically for, you can think of it as generations, and the age of Aquarius is here. A lot of transformation, a lot of evolution, a lot of catharsis, a lot of trauma, a lot is rising up, bubbling up to the surface, and that's going to continue in 2026. If you haven't been affected in 2025 already, that is bringing forward what's there. It's bringing forth into the collective consciousness what's there. So we have to look at it. We have to face it. We have to deal with it, grapple with the line. The power families, those that have been controlling the system, they want division. They want people to be plugged into their devices, plugged into the media, spreading disinformation or division, this constant conflict consciousness and lower frequency. So whenever you turn on the media, you'll see, whichever side you happen to reside in, you'll see division. And perspective is in all directions. The reality of the divine consciousness is everything is unicellular. It's oneness, non-division. So when you tune into one perspective, you're not seeing the whole. Everything is arising to the surface. On MASH, Colonel Potter once said, "May the new year be a darn sight better than the last." So bringing forth this new year with our vision. So everything starts with a vision, and then we need to take action. So whatever your vision, align with that vision and then take action. So that's really, in a nutshell, how we manifest, how we create realities. There is the inner dimension and the outer dimension. Both are connected, or you could even call them interconnected. But really, the perspective, the action, must be aligned to our soul, must be in resonance with our being. And that is the reality that we live in, and the reality that I work with and manifest as well with. We are creating our reality. We are the creators. And when we get caught up in other people's agendas, then we lose our power. So it's very essential that we come into our own power. And part of this energy is raising up our power so we can express ourselves in the world, express our highest path, our highest calling, our highest potential, our highest possibility aligned with our soul. 2026 is rising up And here we are. Welcome to the new year that's coming. This will be next week. Will be the final show of the year, which is the 30th of December, our final show of 2025. How has the year been? Any reflections, lessons, and wisdom? What have you learned about yourself in 2025? Is there anything that you have learned, perhaps profound shift, perhaps just a small shift, perhaps just something fun, something quirky? Feel free to share in the comments. We are a collaborative show. We are always about sharing, not just intuitive readings, not just sharing and raising the consciousness, but we're here to share, we're here to support each other. So please do share in the comments any experiences, perhaps. For me, I felt quite a lot of waves of sort of up and down, sideways, and almost like I could get stuck in my head and not take action, not really resonate, align with my soul. So lesson for everyone: take a deep breath, go within, really raise your frequency up by connecting to the divine force. Think of it as the divine force of oneness, the high energy spirit, the divine collective. These supports are there to be with you and elevate your consciousness. And it's important that you tune in with them, ask them questions, connect with them, but be present to the answers, be ready to listen, not just this is what I want, not just a shopping list of your wants and needs and desires, because really they're not that tuned into all of that kind of selfishness. They are very much into what is your soul here to do? What is your soul mission? What is your soul incarnate to do? And so we all have these guides. We can all call upon guidance. We can all ask for support, for clarity, and ask any question, and they will come through. They are there, especially in times of need. It really, you can call on them. They are your support team. So feel free to run the comments, otherwise the monologue will continue. So we speak to these helpers, we speak to these support teams. We can call on them to help alchemize our vision, to help bring our vision into manifestation in the physical realm, in the material world. Marianne says, in 2026, I'd like to close a lot of doors or issues. I feel like 2025 is really that energy, and you still got time, Marianne. You still got more than a week to really finish off those connections that aren't supporting you. So rather do that now, close that off now, than wait for some, perpetual future that may never come. So don't put off today what needs to be done. This is the time to close the chapter on 2025. Close the chapter on anything that is lurking on your mind, maybe even something, your tax return that you just didn't send, or something that's there. This is not a time to be procrastinating or idle. It's a time to move forward, and we want to move forward in 2026 with a clean slate. We want a clean slate in 2026 so we can bring our consciousness into manifestation within a pure realm, a blank canvas. Welcome, Sama. Welcome to the show. We're talking about 2025, 2026. How are we going to manifest our reality in 2026? Building the vision, taking massive action, as Tony Robbins likes to say, massive action, but making sure that our perspective is aligned to our higher vision, our soul resonance, our soul agreements that we were incarnated in this existence, in this life, to live up to perform, to live our best life. So how are you, Summer? And welcome to the show. 2025 for me, shedding some tears, opening up some passions, exploring different pathways. 2026 is where this really gets galvanized. What are we here for? Simple question. What are we here for? Marianne says, I keep seeing my sisters moving into areas with names like Casina, College Point, Whitestone, near a botanical garden. I'd love to be right. So we keep pushing forward with that energy. It feels like what I was saying about taking action is really pivotal here. So sometimes nothing really moves without our action. The vision needs to be there, needs to be aligned. Our soul consciousness needs to be switched on. We move forward with purpose, and when it's aligned, it's effortless. For me, I'm just keep getting the 11-11. I keep getting 11-11. Is any numbers showing up for you? Do numbers align for you? So Shani has become Shani Unruly. Why is that, Shani? How are you? Welcome to the show, everyone. And here we are live, coming to you from Australia, believe it or not. And raising the frequency, connecting the dots, seeing beyond the surface level, and going deeper and deeper. And you can always think of consciousness as endless, as never-ending, eternal oneness. In Buddhism, there's a concept of sunyata, which is almost like the eternal void. The point in that concept is it's up to our consciousness to interact with the field, to manifest our highest path, our highest destiny, our highest calling. Let me know in the comments section lessons learned in 2025 and what you're looking forward to manifest in 2026. What are we allowing? For me, it's interesting because there's so many perspectives one can hold. And in a way, you could see the world as upside down, as right side up, as round or flat. It's kind of funny. I do believe there is a certain reality, but then there's also many realities within that reality. And if you see yourself in a certain way, then that becomes your reality. So whatever's happening on the outside, there's also and always your reality. That's how you operate in the world. That's how you feel. So that's why I encourage everyone not to tune in too much to ideologies, to what other people are saying. Really tune into your own resonance, what's working for you, what you're tuned into. Shani says, stop procrastinating. That was a hard lesson for me. And that's a big one, particularly for creative people like me. There's a lot of often ideas, abstractions, things in my head. And often it's a lot of things out there which are maybe in the realm of consciousness that feel unreachable, feel just out there. So bring it down, embody it, ground it into your body, and take small actions. It just starts with a single step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. So that is always true. And that was, what was the name of the Chinese? It's a Chinese one. So the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So take that step, and often things seem way more overwhelming because we're not doing anything. But you do a little thing, and then you do it. It's like laying bricks. Put one brick down, another brick, and you can always manage one brick, even if you had a busy day. Just one little action. So the amount you can do over time is people, exaggerate what they can do in a short time and underestimate what they can do in a long time. So you can imagine, even just a brick analogy, imagine laying a brick every day. It may take you 10 years, but in 10 years, you will have built, definitely a house. So Marianne says, I'm looking forward to trips to Atlantic City, bingo competitions, and a relationship, but also finally being able to visit my sisters in their new home to Chinese New Year. I'm not sure about what you're saying about Chinese New Year. That's really exciting. So was it the year of the snake? I need to check that up. Is this coming into the year of the monkey, or maybe I'm not correct? The year of this, or is it the year of the snake? I'm looking forward to Atlantic City and a relationship. Do you mean like a romantic relationship, Marianne? And visiting my sisters in their new home. So Carla says, how are you? Great to see you, and welcome to the show, Carlos. And what we're talking about is 2025, the lessons we've learned, any wisdom we have received. Looking forward to 2026, what we want to envision for ourselves, what we want to manifest. So Chinese New Year is the Spring Festival. So that's kind of late January to late February. So I'm just trying to look up what the actual, is it a horse? Year of the horse. There we go. So sorry about that. I think it was 2025 was the year of the snake, I think. So 2026 is year of the horse, and the Lunar New Year date is the 17th of February. So that is now aligned with what you were saying, Marianne. Year of the horse, Carlos, thank you for that. And Shani, I believe it's the year of the horse, but I could be wrong. 225 is the year of the snake. So thank you, everyone, for all of your assistance. That's really helpful. And so the Lunar New Year begins 17th of February, year of the horse. So there you go, year of the horse. That's a line. And there we go. Oh, that's not quite right. 17th of February, year of the horse. So you have to fill in the gaps. Marianne says, end of January, beginning of February, the dragon will be parading local streets. So seems to be quite a few of you that are following the Chinese New Year. And I'm interested now in what the horse represents. What does the horse represent? So there's 12 actual animals, or 12 zodiac signs in the house, 12. So every 12 years we have the year of a different, everyone's every 12 years. So I'm just thinking 2026, so it would have been 2014. So what is a horse? So a horse definitely has energy, potential energy, and ability to travel vast distances very fast. And there's a bravery, there's definitely there's a freedom about a horse, an energy, it's independence, and it's quite a large animal. So it represents this kind of largeness, overcoming obstacles. So horses can jump over things. There's a freedom, there's a heroic element, there's a creation element. So there's definitely a fiery element in being a horse. There's a fire aspect to being a horse. So this is going to be interesting. This is what I was talking about early in the show, about bringing forth our potential in 2026. What does that mean? For everyone, it's going to be unique. What are the projects, the things that you have had in your mind, on your heart, perhaps your purpose that hasn't yet been manifest? What is deep within your heart, and what would you like to manifest in in 2026? So these are questions to ask. Marianne says, I can go to Chinatown for the celebration or just half a mile away. Butterfly says, Mr. Star, looking good. Welcome to the show, Butterfly. It is a Wednesday morning, and we're happy to be discussing 2025 and discussing our manifestations for 2026, our vision board, creating the portal for knowing, being, and manifestation in the material world, as Madonna used to call it. Madonna plays lots of games. She's a real game player. So she's crafty. She doesn't take herself too seriously, I don't think. And the material girl, Madonna. Shani says, I've always loved horses, maybe my spirit animal. So I do have a meditation on my channel, which is Meet Your Spirit Animal. So Shani, I'm curious, if you do that, what you will find, what you will discover. Horses are such free spirits. So 2026, year of the horse. What does that mean? It's flight, taking flight on your dreams. It's large and fiery energy that's going to transform yourself, your life, and the world. It's perseverance, swiftness, strong leadership, innovation, taking big steps forward. So I'm feeling like there's going to be more innovation happening in 2026. Marianne says, alas, I'm a dragon. Well, a dragon is fiery. There's nothing wrong with being a beautiful dragon, Marianne. And Shani says, I'll check it out. Thanks, David. So the year of the dragon, what is the dragon? And, that's a beautiful question, because it's such a beautiful, unique expression in Chinese theology, Chinese traditions. And I believe there's a real essence being expressed here. I believe that if you look at dinosaurs, that this comes from that kind of source, that kind of origin. It's not something just mythological. It's something real. The year of the dragon in the Chinese zodiac symbolizes power, strength, good fortune, and success, representing a time of ambition, intelligence, and charisma, with people born under the sign often seen as natural leaders. So, Marianne, that is something to look forward to, and be proud of your dragon essence. Be proud of the beautiful dragon essence. Power, strength. There's something wonderful. There's a nobility about the dragon. There's a fiery yang element as well. So be proud of the dragon. And the horse is, I would say, more free. And I'm just coming back to some of your comments, Shani. Stop procrastinating was a hard lesson for me in 2025. So is anyone else affected by that? It's very on the spectrum as well. ADHD, I've had this as well. And it's partly because all the painting you see around in the background, that's my painting. So I'm an artist. So I have that kind of mind, and it's very important to express that in the world. So my imagination is like that. It's important to be expressing, to be creating, to find your Dharma, Shani, and just take small steps. Just believe that you are guided. You have the divine energy within you, and you can express yourself in the world. Don't overwhelm yourself with big ideas like I'm going to climb Mount Everest. Just a small step. Just lay one brick a day. It doesn't have to be a massive thing. Whatever it is, if you imagine, writing a book and writing 1 page a day, 1 page a day. Well, in a year, that's 365 pages. So we just don't realize the impact of little things done repeatedly. We just don't think that way. We tend to think, oh, I cannot write that book. It's too much. How am I going to do it? Well, just start small. So Marianne's looking forward to her trips. That's exciting. Carlos, how are you? I'm doing good. Let's see. Marianne says the end of January, beginning of February, the dragon will be parading local streets. I can go to Chinatown for the celebration. How are you, Butterfly? And let's catch up. Seen as natural leaders. Marianne says, also a very pretty bird with a beak that spits fire. Girl dragons are called phoenixes. That's really interesting. I haven't heard that before. A girl dragon. Okay. So it's like a god among dragons, a phoenix dragon. The phoenix dragons are mythical creatures blending the fiery rebirth of the phoenix with the powerful form of a dragon. So this is really strong. I love it. Coming to elemental power, rebirth, and immortality, our dual nature. Butterfly says, I've transformed a lot over time and stand in my uniqueness and shine even brighter. And that's really powerful, Butterfly, because the older we get, the more our experience and the more we can share our light with the world with confidence. Discernment is really important, boundaries, and I come to that soon. I'm just talking about the phoenix dragon. So cosmic balance in Chinese culture, the dragon and Feng Huang together represent cosmic harmony, good fortune, the perfect union. So the dragon and the phoenix. So the dragon is like the masculine emperor dragon, and the phoenix dragon is the feminine empress energy. So there's also this yin and yang union harmony, dragon and phoenix, blissful union, the masculine and the feminine dancing together. The symbol for regrowth, for rebirth, for renewal, spiritual renewal. So let me just come to that. Phoenix dragons are mythical creatures blending the fiery rebirth of the phoenix with the powerful form of a dragon, often seen in fantasy as elemental rulers controlling fire, sun, and moon, symbolizing balance, transformation, and protection in various mythologies and games, representing ultimate virtue and union, especially in Chinese law, where the dragon yang and phoenix yin signify harmony, royalty, and blissful marriage. Shani says, yes, I'm artistic as well and scatterbrained at times, so maybe there's a little bit of ADD as well. Yeah, your brain is operating differently, and that's a beautiful gift, because imagine if we were all the same, especially the old ways of being, because we're here to bring on the new age, and the new age is ADD. It's on the spectrum. That's the new way of being. So that is transformational, and we are embodying that new earth, the new consciousness. We are bringing on the new earth in 2026, manifesting our dreams. Butterfly says, I have dragon guides from other lifetimes, and they are very powerful to work with. So I've been connecting with this a little bit and speaking to other people who have similar ideas. I'm interested how you connect with dragon guides. I have done some meditations with dragon guides, and that's wonderful they are very powerful, and that is really transformational. Shani, I too, ADHD, be glad for the creativity it brings. So be glad that you're not like the old system and you're here to bring in the new way, the new system, the new earth. So that is a very big positive. Get a big thumbs up, a celebration. And it's important that we support and celebrate each other, raise each other up, and raise the frequency, raise the vibration, bring in the Phoenix Dragon, the union and harmony, the power and transformation representing renewal and spiritual rebirth. Beautiful ideas. This is coming forward in 2026. We need always to hold the vision, take the actions. Hold the vision, take the actions. So I'm going to pick a card about 2026 energy and ask the cards to bring us some wisdom, some type of message about this new energy and how we're going to apply it in our lives. What is coming forward? What is the lesson for us? How can we live our best life? And what is the most powerful transformational timeline for 2026? All right, so what a beautiful answer. The beautiful answer is there, which is taking baby steps. I was talking about a brick. I was talking about writing a page a day, but it doesn't have to be a page. Maybe just write a line. You know, if you write a line a day, well, at least you'll have 365 lines by the end of the year. And that's, you know, that's a beautiful achievement, 365 lines. So don't keep thinking I need to write a book this afternoon, because then you just get overwhelmed. So the message of 2026, take those steps, take actions, follow your intuition, even before it makes sense. So don't wait for something to be concrete, because to create something new is not for something to be concrete. It's got to be a courageous step. You've got to take that step. And as an artist, you know, nothing is created until you actually draw that line. And it doesn't need to be any fear-based, because you can always paint over it, you know. So it's a beautiful thing about paint, you know. You paint a line, it doesn't have to stay there. You can paint over it. So there's nothing to be fearful of. It's only ourselves that are in the way. So really look at working through that, transcending any blockages that you feel are holding you back. And 2026 is about grounded action, really grounding yourself in the earth, bringing in this new earth by action, by responding to the soul's calling. It's no more that we are holding ourselves hostage, keeping ourselves small, dimming our light. That's past, that's history. The new earth warriors are magicians, alchemists, dragons, spiritual warriors here to take action in the world, express our soul's calling, start where we are, and begin to build in a consistent way, consistent action, just one small step a day, one small step for man, one giant leap for humankind, for humanity. So many people keep stopping ourselves. So 2026 is about living a soul-led life, not as a dream, but actual reality, not as an idea, but actually live truth. You don't need to know the destination. You just need to take a step. You don't need to keep waiting for answers before taking action. Intuition requires you to embody your soul-led message, and live a soul-led life requires you to live by taking action, not live by inaction. And this is every minute, every day, every moment we can step forward, every moment we can do something aligned with our vision, aligned with our highest calling. moving towards our highest pathway, our highest possibility, our highest evolution. The way to find yourself living in harmony with the cosmos is not just to listen to the soul's calling, the soul's whisper. It's to take action. Take action in the direction of those calls, in the orientation of those whispers. Just a small step. It can be very little bite-sized, a little chunk. Just put one foot forward and believe in your vision. Hold your vision. Hold the energy and vibration. Everything is energetic. Everything is energy and vibration. Hold that perspective. Hold that resonance. Embody that in the physical world, in the material world. And just a little action. It doesn't need to be write a book in the afternoon. Something achievable, something even you can ask ChatGPT or one of the AI, what do you call those things? I don't know, AI things, AI chat. You can ask them to maybe say, divide this up into 10 practical sequential steps, for instance. And it will map it out for you. These are the steps required. So we can use AI in a very constructive way to create a map. We are instructing the AI, so the AI is following our instructions. So I know starseeds want everything now. They want everything to manifest right now at the speed of thought. We do need some patience to let the seeds sprout, let the seeds grow. We need a little bit of patience. If you resonate with this, then opt for some consistent actions. Being consistent over a type of urgency. Baby steps in the direction of your calling. Remember that you don't need to have it all figured out or to know exactly where life is leading you. To be on the path means to take a small step and then you're on the path. You don't need to plan out or know every single step involved. You'll know when you come to that stage, you'll know what to do. Just need to step forward. So what's a small step you can take in alignment with your soul's calling? That is the message coming through from Spirit about 2026. And the energy is coming to us. It's just a little bit more than a week away. The energy is fomenting, it's building, it's already communicating with us. Our future self is communicating with us, reminding us of who to be. So let me know any insights from 2025 and anything you would like to manifest in 2026. What is on your vision board? What would you like to bring into the world? For me, I'm working on a new website and I'm working on a vision of retreats, of teaching more than a being state, more than very lots of lessons or lots of structure or lots of thought forms. Very much just go with the flow kind of energy. Not just the feminine surrender, also taking action. So there's got to be a balance. And the non-duality within me likes that there's a sense of surrender within me. With 2026, I would like to start to plan retreats, reach out, organize travel, organize spiritual seekers, soul seekers, and lead them, guide them, support them, not reinventing the wheel. People who are ready to step forward into the new earth and be part of the new earth. It's not complicated. It doesn't have to be a complex system. I see There's a lot of that, too much of that. We can get really core, very pure, very, very simple, just with our consciousness. So that's how I'm orientating myself. And excuse me for that. Planting seeds into the beautiful womb of creation in 2026 to bring forward dreams into reality, connecting with other people so we can support each other, share our visions. And there is a sense of co-creation energy in 2026. It's very much about the dream board, about dreamers coming to life, dreamers finding their purpose, dreamers starting to manifest in the world, dreamers stepping forward. There's a self-development aspect, but also a business entrepreneurial aspect in terms of what is your purpose in the world? What are you good at? What are you here to share with others? What have you had a hobby that you really love to do that you can share with other people? Start to build a platform to share with other people your knowledge, your wisdom. That's beckoning, that's waiting. It is about action. The powers that have been controlling the financial strings of humanity, the system is starting to dissolve. It's starting to break down. And we also have to look at ourselves, because most of us, I would say all of us, in some way or in many ways, are supporting the system. The powers that were, they are the big money people, the people who own the world. We are often the culture on planet Earth. The old Earth was enslavement, slavery. So the new Earth is about each of us being free, each of us being free. So in what way have you been a slave? Perhaps a slave to other people, to systems, perhaps a slave to yourself. Butterfly says, good idea, Mr. Starlight. It's time you step forward and spread your wings. Start creating and start moving on your wonderful journey. So thank you, Butterfly, for the beautiful support, the beautiful message. And I'm sending you the same love. And so really grateful for you to be, grateful to you for being here. Thank you so much. Ascending universal butterfly. How have you held yourself hostage? How have you been a slave? So really look at how you are empowering the slave owners, because all of us have done it. I believe all of us are doing it still. On some level, we're giving away our power. So really important in 2026 that our power is expressed in the world. Boundaries, discernment, the people we communicate with, the people we don't communicate with. And I've struggled recently with what's for me, what's not for me, people approaching me, discerning what is right for me. I even had a connection with someone recently, and I was really quite confused. And I realized, well, definitely I don't want that kind of drama energy, that kind of energy that is not about sharing, collaboration, support for other people. There was a type of darkness in that interaction. I had dinner with a lady, and the energy was very strange. Clearly that person is suffering, and I'm here to support and love people and spread my love. So that's beautiful that I could be there for that person. However, there's got to be a type of not necessarily self-centered or selfish, but a type of self discernment in terms of what's for me, what's not for me, what am I choosing, what am I not choosing. So I'm not choosing to be part of someone's drama, to be feeding their addictions, feeding their ego, I would say, or even feeding their suffering. I'm not here to just be here as a sort of damp squib or just love machine without some kind of respect or a clear, even some transactional element. If someone said, I want to come to you for support and I'll pay you, then that's fine. That's fair enough. And if someone genuinely asks for help, I'm always there for them. But it's the people who take without expressing or communicating what they are taking, why they are taking it, and where it sits. They say, "Oh, let's meet up. We're friends. Let's go out together." And that implies a social element that's almost about some kind of sharing, some sort of communication, some kind of fun. And then maybe they don't want to communicate. I'm thinking of a person, and whenever I try to communicate, I was shut down. So it's like, well, I can't communicate. She dictates the topic. This is a frequency I've shared before with people who they want to control the narrative. They want to control your narrative. So you're only able to discuss something within a very narrow field, because anything outside of that, they shut you down. They get turned away. They get angry. So it's interesting, very interesting energies. Be aware of them. Be discerning. Always hold yourself responsible, and have self-care, self-compassion. So you are deserving of love. You are deserving of respect, and have your boundaries honored. Butterfly says, good idea, Mr. Starlight. Oh, this is something we already came to. So let me know if you're learning things in relationships, if there are things you've been doing which have been perhaps transactional, perhaps unconsciously transactional, or feeding someone's ego. And even where there are things that you're kind of, I didn't sign up for that. I had someone who gave me a present, and I didn't sign up for that present. I personally, I don't really engage so much with presents. I used to do it, and then it became a bit like, what does someone want? I'm really interested. What do people want? What do they need? Instead of just giving them something, because a lot of the time, if you don't do it mindfully, you give them something that they don't want or need. So anyways, this person gave me something, which I was kind of, what? It's not really something I want or need. I don't know what to do with this. And then a few hours later, I got a message, come and can you drive me to another city and bring gifts for my child? And it was kind of very transactional in a way that I didn't sign up for that transaction. It's like, give me something I don't want, and then ask me to give you something that you need, you want, whatever. It's not really a fair transaction. I have a friend who does that. I stopped trying to get together with her because after a while, I stopped thinking it was about me. It was about her controlling the conversation, controlling the narrative. Yeah, it's really interesting. The conversation narcissists and the people whose neuroticisms come out in conversation, the people who want to control what you say, what you speak about, and they want to control what you think ultimately. That's not a friendship. And it becomes confusing because you're like, this doesn't feel like friendship. So follow your feelings. And I felt uncomfortable, and I felt like, I felt actually like my time and energy is being siphoned off me. It's being stolen away. So you may feel that too. I'm very empathic. And like everyone, we don't have limitless energy. We have a spark, and it's important that we share that spark with people who can receive it and respect it and honor it. So share your spark with your soul friends, with your soul community, not with people who are just going to take. Even those who give you something but want something in return. That's not giving. That's not unconditional love. And when you give something to someone, be really mindful, is this going to confuse them? Because I actually felt confused when I got something that I couldn't understand what it was. Like, why would someone give me this? It's not really aligned with me. I feel like, what is this? And then the next few hours later being asked to drive her to another city. 225 was also the year I finally learned to set clear boundaries in my personal relationships. So that's a huge revolution, Shani, and that's a huge step forward. So congratulations, and let's celebrate Shani together for that wonderful shift. And anyone who's still struggling with that, let's support each other to shift forward, setting clear boundaries in personal relationships. Betsy, thank you so much for being there. How are you, Betsy? And interesting, you said, I sealed my energy and said she wasn't allowed to take my energy anymore. And all of a sudden, she thought I was annoying. She's gotten over that now, but it was validating. So congratulations. And sometimes the best way to step forward is to say no. How comfortable are you saying no? How comfortable are you with saying no? Saying no to people, being willing to say no. I'm not available for anything. I'm not available for anyone. I protect my energy. I honor my energy. And seal your energy with a pink bubble or whatever works for you to bound your energy, bringing it down into earthly embodiment. Sometimes the soul fragments, the soul frequency, the soul chakra, like mine, can be very high up. And it's almost like I'm looking up into the sky at the sun. And that's beautiful to have that connection. But it's important to bring that down into the earthly dimension with your intention. I feel sometimes you step back, probably without realizing it, in a Zen cocoon, just to connect even deeper within, to process. Taking time to assess on a frequent basis. Keeping your energy on a keel. Yeah, so it's important to reflect, to take a step back, and to honor your soul path, honor your magnificent, shining soul, which is here to be the butterfly on the planet. This year was the year I reminded others to try to solve their own issues. It's paying off. And that self-empowerment is really valuable, to not to keep the codependency energy, but to support others to raise up their vibration, to raise up their self-empowerment, so they are able to live and make decisions for themselves, not depend on other people. So that's the most powerful thing you can do, is to teach a person to fish, right? Giving them fish, that's helpful, but it can be destructive. Teach them to fish. People don't realize the destructiveness in giving people fish, and until it can be too late. Teach them to fish. That is the next level, the more empowering version. And butterfly, it's really beautiful. Feel sometimes you step back, probably without realizing it, in a Zen cocoon, just to connect even deeper within, to process, taking time to assess on a frequent basis, keeping your energy on an even keel. I love the people that brought challenges for me, hence I've grown so much spiritually. and continue to grow. So yeah, people show us things. People show us things about them, but also about us. And how we respond is always up to our own free will. But there's always a reflection in other people. There's always a reflection in us. And there's an interconnection. There is a connection. There's also a need for us to assert our own vision, assert our own energy in our own embodiment in this incarnation. So we're going to pick a card for the butterfly. So this card indicates the need for what we're talking about, boundaries. And I absorb a lot of energy. I can feel a bit like a sponge. So it's energy hygiene is essential to clear the energy. And sometimes I need to really slow down and rest. So boundaries are really important. Let go of the things that are not yours to carry, because otherwise you may carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. And that is not, it's not productive. You won't be able to live your best life or help the most people by spreading yourself too thin. So we have to put ourselves first sometimes, like the analogy of the airplane, the oxygen mask. Put your oxygen mask on, and then you can assist other people. So that's an energy hygiene issue. Put your oxygen mask on first, and then you can help other people, because carrying all their stuff, you're not going to be good to anyone else if you're exhausted and bogged down. So that happens to me. I can really relate, butterfly. So look after your own well-being, and it's a type of understanding of, I need to put myself first. I cannot always put everyone else first, because otherwise I will just dissolve all my energy. Because everything's changing so fast, it's important that we honor our own energy. Energy hygiene is very important, and we become aware of energy depletion, or where you're giving your power away, where you're caring perhaps too much. Caring too much is a problem. So you want to build a better world. You want to raise the collective vibration. And that's a beautiful wish, the Bodhisattva vision. So don't switch off to the world's problems. Rather, establish your own boundaries and make sure you're not taking on too much, because we all need you healthy and physically and emotionally bright. We need your light. We don't need your light that's given out and depleted. So soul inquiry, deep breathing, and spending time attuning your energy in nature, taking energetic showers, clearing your energy. And remember, every day you need to rejuvenate and rest. We always need to release that which is no longer ours. I clear my energies regularly, and I know when others try their luck. So that is discernment, butterfly. That is butterfly's discernment. Not handing my power away to anybody. They can find their own. So that's really the stepping up energy in 2026. We're no longer giving it all away. It's about sharing, collaboration, co-creation, and building the vision. Building the vision. And how do we build the vision? We take small steps. Simple. So please do like and share the show. It's always helpful and appreciated, particularly if you got something from the show. Here for you next week, and it would be great to see everyone back as we start to close out 2025 and manifest 2026. The energy is intense. There is an intensity in 2026. There is an upgrade to the frequency, and it requires us to step up. The Schumann resonance makes things more intense. So that's a radiation that we all feel. And the fact that our bodies are here means we're adjusting naturally to that frequency, to that energy. So Sue says, lots of love to you. Not everyone can handle these energies, these frequencies. There are people checking out all the time, but we're here to raise the frequency. The fact that you are here listening to the show, please do like and share if you're guided, raising the frequency, tuning into the new earth, bringing forward the new earth with every step we take, soul-centered, soul-guided in our own resonance, bringing forth a beautiful new age, a beautiful new earth. Big love, big heart to everyone. Please do come back next week. Happy Christmas and happy holidays, Mr. Starlight and everyone and loved ones. So lots of blessings. Happy holidays, happy Christmas, and everyone, sending you all much love. I have made my wish list for Santa, and Santa is listening, Butterfly. What's top of your list, Butterfly? So Butterfly has made her wish list for Santa, and Santa's listening. So here we are, everyone. Happy Christmas. Have a beautiful, blessed time with family. Remember to share the love. Remember to hold your boundaries and resonate with people you resonate with, and value that, honor that. Use your discernment to go about the world. Don't give away all your energy. Your light is here for you and for the planet. It's not here to be dimmed by people stealing our energy. So Butterfly, sending you lots of love, Stu, sending you lots of love, and remember your own power. Have a beautiful Christmas, everyone. See you next week, and big, big love. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for the starlight, and thank you for sharing the show, liking the show, and see you all next week. Bye.